Next on Be More to Do More podcast.
You can't treat everybody equally.
Right.
Like for my two kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Quattro, he got a certain limit that he'll go to and he'll stop or pull himself back. Now Mason,
Godson.
that dude he'll just go
Right.
and go. And you have to like pull him back. And I just think about like being a leader. And you have some people you can give them the play, and they gonna run the play. You ain't gotta check on them. But then you have others that you give them the play. You gotta check back every 30 minutes to see if it's,
So now see the benefits of discipline. If I don't do it, he's not gonna know what discipline is. And if he don't know what discipline is, then he's gonna be bound by something in his life.
Yeah.
So I believe that the way of discipline is the way of freedom.
Let's talk about it. When the last time you told somebody keep their head up cause you concerned about them. Stick and move, we can get it done. Call it unity, it ain't no way around it. Cultivating, we get motivation from the big God, we don't play about them. Going hard for the game, showing love, don't tolerate hate around it. Sticking to keeping it real, we never keep up with the scope. Wanna be more than do more than most. Wanna be more than do more than most.
This episode is brought to you by Lucilla's Cleaning Service, where your cleanliness is our business. Now, this company specializes in commercial and residential cleaning. So if you want a free quote, be sure to reach out to their website at www.lucillascleaningservice.com.
I don't know. I just feel like everybody should have a pool. I just feel like everybody should have
I'm aiming to get a pool. Why is that?
land and yard,
Yeah.
like I don't know.
What's the benefits on your end?
I mean, what are the benefits?
Because obviously you got land and you got a yard.
There's really no benefit. Like, it's really not gonna say no benefit, but there's really no. It's just the option. Like I rarely ever get in the pool.
But just having it.
Having it.
How does that benefit your life compared to back then, a few years ago? Even the land space.
Yeah. I don't know. It just feels more freer.
It
just feels freer.
So a feeling of freedom.
Yeah. Let's just talk about the feeling of freedom. Let's just talk about it.
Yeah, feeling of freedom. Hey, I actually got a few verses. Well, not one verse. The Bible says, there's the Spirit of God, there's liberty also. Liberty means freedom. And I used to be like, Lord,
I think on my lyric, my verse of the day today on my Bible app, something about liberty. And did you see that this morning?
Nah. Well, yeah, we here, man. We on vacation. I mean, I'm on vacation. I'm at his house on vacation.
I'm at my house on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
For you, brethren, you have been called to liberty. Only do not use liberty as an opportunity for the flesh, but through love, serve one another. Galatians 5:13.
What that mean to you?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I didn't know. See, this okay. So I can be a fast reader, but I ain't gonna retain none of it.
That's what I was talking about on the other pod. That's why I got to read it multiple times.
Yeah.
I don't comprehend as quickly as I can read.
Yeah. Ooh, why is that?
I don't know, because I can read words, but I'm not retaining it. That's not my way of learning anyway, reading. Before Audible, I was, we was kind of forced to read. And, especially if you want to be successful or just change directions in your life, expand your mind and, see things differently, you have to read. Now we got Audible.
Yeah.
So I don't know when the last time I read a book. Myron Golden need to put his stuff on Audible, man. Oh, he playing. He said, I guess they're not going to charge enough. Anyway, Spirit of Liberty. Spirit of Liberty, Spirit of Freedom. Yeah. So we're talking about Spirit of Freedom.
Spirit of freedom.
I got a whole bunch of stuff that's going on in my head about that.
All right, let's talk about it, man. Let's go ahead and get into it.
All right, so it's this kid, right? I don't know if I want to go there. Okay, so you remember I asked you a minute ago, like when I first had a mind, like discipline, like how, not necessarily how. I knew that growing up in a certain environment, our way wasn't always the right way. So I'm trying to find a middle ground between our way, and they got this thing called gentle parenting.
Gentle parenting?
You never heard of that?
Never.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, man.
I know I'm not it. Probably.
No. But you're not you're not how I was brought up. You know what I mean? So I think it was a medium, man, because we came from like our upbringing, man. You just got it, you know. But now I want to be sure my son understand why he's being disciplined and what discipline is going to take, or where it's going to take him in the future. So my whole, I ain't gonna say insecurity, but my whole concern, my son is only 10 months, so I ain't really doing too much, just know. But my whole thing was discipline. But I'm dealing with this kid. He's a pretty cool kid, 14. And he come to the studio, and I just let him do whatever, have freedom, you know. And I don't necessarily know why, you know, his mom wanted him to come. I just know he needed, like, you know, men figures or whatever in his life. So I'm like, man, God, like, discipline, man. I don't know what to do. I just let him do what he do, you know, play games, whatever. But then there was a situation that happened where, I don't even know if I should be talking about this, but whatever. But there was a situation that happened, and I think he was rude to some older people, and it got back to me. First thing I said, okay, when he get to the, you know, when he come to the studio, he ain't gonna be able to do none of that. He ain't gonna be able to play no games, eat chips, no drinks, drink some water, eat apples, and follow me, right?
Okay.
And I realized that it took me back to the scripture, like what liberty really means. So back in the day, they had the law, right? So if you do this, this will be punishment. If you do that, this will be punishment. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not, you remember, you know? But Jesus came that we have life and that more abundantly. So he came to fulfill the law, so we won't be bound to the law. So now we have freedom, you know, but not freedom to do whatever, but freedom to love and to, you know, minister to our brothers. And just, we don't have to think about 613 laws when we do that. You know what I mean? Because eventually you're gonna break something,
right?
You know, but it's pretty much like where your heart is. So it shows me that when it comes to discipline, you have to be disciplined. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're bound or chained, but if you don't have discipline, eventually you're gonna be bound and chained by something, either prison, either your own fleshly desires, either your own insecurities. If you are or lack self-discipline, you are gonna be bound to something. And I was like, dang. It took me all those years to realize what that really means. Like, where there's a spirit of God, there's liberty also. So that's my whole little rant. I told you I'd be talking too much on this podcast.
Nah. I'm trying. Okay, so I'm trying to pick up, right? So you're saying that because you started with a conversation with parenting,
right?
And being a gentle parent versus how.
So to bring it back,
let
me bring it back, man, because I said a whole lot there. My insecurity was, how would I discipline my son?
Right.
So now I see the benefits of discipline. If I don't do it, he's not gonna know what discipline is. And if he don't know what discipline is, then he's gonna be bound by something in his life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know the old folks used to say, I beat you so the world won't beat you.
Yeah, right. If he don't want to discipline, either he's gonna be in jail.
Yeah.
You know, he ain't gonna be free.
Yeah.
So I believe that the way of discipline is the way of freedom. So now I know that, like, even at 10 months, if he do something, I say no, he do it again, I say no. See, mine, he don't like to stay still, you know. So I just put him somewhere where he had to stay still. I give him like 30 minutes, you know what I mean? Like, nah, you need to learn what no is,
Right.
you know? If you don't, you're gonna be bound. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I'm
Even
learning.
at 10 months,
10 months.
teaching them that already.
Yeah, I'm practicing for myself too, but you know. But of course, as the older he get, the more, you know, it gets, until he's able to have self-discipline, where I don't have to, I can just hands off. You got
Right.
freedom. You have liberty to do. Even if you mess up, you know why you messed up. You know what I mean? So now that situation kind of taught me about discipline and how discipline, freedom, all that goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in leadership too, like, you can't treat everybody equally.
Right.
Like it's because just like Amon, right? You may have a second, like for my two kids, right? Like Quattro, he will do. He got a certain limit that he'll go to, and he'll stop or pull himself back. Like he's very conscious of
Right.
of like what he's doing and the effect that it's having on other people. And
Right.
all that, right? Now Mason,
Godson.
right? That dude he'll just go
Right.
and go, and you have to like pull him back because he all over the place. And so like, and I just think about like being a leader, and you have some people that you can give them the play, and they're gonna run the play. You ain't got to check on them. You ain't got to worry about if this is done and that is done. Like you told them the instructions, they're self-disciplined enough to get it done.
Right.
But then you have others that you give them the play, you gotta check back every 30 minutes to see if it's or you gotta do certain things to have checkpoints to make sure, or sometimes you gotta pop up on them, right? And just to inspect what you expect,
Right.
and that's I think that's important what you're saying, just with the kid, and just obviously with Amon, and teaching them those self-discipline, or those ways to be self-disciplined.
Right.
Because it does help them be more, I guess, successful.
Yeah.
When they do leave from under your leadership.
Wings. Yeah, under your leadership. So let me ask you a question. So you just gave two examples. You gave example of Hanky. I mean Quattro, my bad. And Mason. And you refer back to leadership. You got one who would just go, and one where you got to check on them every 30 minutes. Now, the one that just go, it sounds good, but do you have issues with those people?
It depends on the setting, right? Because sometimes, man, like, sometimes it depends. Because some people feel like they got it all figured out. They feel like they don't need you, but they really do.
That's the problem.
You know?
I'm gonna tell you, and the reason why I asked, because I'm that person. Not real talk, and I see it in myself, even with on jobs. Like I'm the person. You don't have to motivate me. You don't have to give me no pep talk. I know what I need to do.
Right.
Don't come in and tell me what to do. Don't interrupt me. I'm just gonna go. And then there's coworkers I've been with. They got to be motivated every day. You got to come check on them. Did you make your calls? How are your numbers? How many calls did you make? You know what I mean? But the problem with one is that they are more, what is that? Prong to follow leadership or whatever. But the other one, they just do what they want to do.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you gotta pull them. You gotta pull them back from doing. You're doing too much.
So
too much.
what I thought about when you gave 2, I said, okay. So it seemed like there's some push and pull aspects of leadership.
Oh yeah.
There's some people you have to push, and there's some people you have to wait, pull back a little bit.
Yep.
You know what I mean, to kind of bring balance.
Yeah,
Makes
for
sense,
sure.
right?
Yeah, and I think and all right, question for you, right?
Okay, go ahead.
So you said that you usually get stuff done. You don't bother me. Don't whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How often are you going back to ask questions when you don't understand something?
I figure it out.
Right. Right. And that's like, and I think that's the part of like when you have really, really successful like leaders that can like lead hundreds of people. That's the challenge, because they're go-getters.
Right.
They're gonna go out, they're gonna figure it out, and sometimes, man, like you don't have to just figure it out all by yourself.
That's true.
They're gonna make your life a whole lot easier
If you can ask.
yeah, just add. Just be like, just pick up the phone and, hey, I got this situation. What should I do here? Right? Like I got a leader on my team that's learning that right now, and like he's taking off.
Right.
Right? Like he's taking off, and from a brand perspective, from performance perspective, like because he just picks up the phone and communicates what's going on, and
Right.
so I can provide that mentorship, provide that leadership.
Right.
But there are a lot of things that I see a lot of people that struggle with just picking up the phone and asking somebody for some help.
That's
Like,
true.
it just-
Well, it depends on the leadership too, because in the past I've had leaders where I didn't see the discipline in them. You know what I mean? So I'm like, how can I respect you as a leader and you don't even have discipline? You walk in here late, you come here maybe once or twice a week. Rest of the time, it's always something you got to do, or you at home, or you had to take care of something. Like, bruh, I got a whole life too. And you wanna slow poke around.
Yeah.
And, I'm just looking at your habits.
Yeah.
So what can you you can't tell me nothing.
Well, so my perspective on that, right, is because there's 5 levels of leadership, right? I don't know the 5, right?
I just know there is.
But I
5.
just know there's 5, right?
Right.
I know the pinnacle leader is the top, and you got the leader that leads from position. And at the end of the day, right, like, yes, true enough, true enough, you may have, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you're right, and what you're saying, how can I respect you as a leader and all that stuff, right? But my challenge to the person like that, right, is like, they're in the spot that you are not in. They're in a higher position than you for a reason. So, yes, you may not respect their style of leadership or respect, the time that they put in, the commitments that they put in, or commitment they're not putting in. But the reality of it is that they have more information than you. So you have to be able to listen to that person to get what you need to get from them to take your performance to the next level. Because the reality of it is they're in that spot.
I got trust issues. So that's the thing. Now I get it. So because I know what you mean with the 5 levels of leadership. Because okay, me on this level may not look like what you have to do on that level.
So no, not even that. Like, cause it's the thing, right? Like, you are probably right. If you show up early, you show up, you do what you need to do. You have a good work ethic.
Right.
You're probably gonna be a lot more successful when you get to their role than they are in their current role.
That's true.
Like, I'm a lot more successful than I've seen
A lot of
some of my predecessors that
Right.
I've been under.
Right.
Because I I do different things that
You knew that too, then.
they didn't.
You knew
Yeah.
You knew that.
I give you an example, man. I had a manager one time, man. Like 2/3 of the day, maybe it was a third of the day. I can't remember nowadays, but she wasn't there.
Right.
Like-
right.
She would pick her kid up or no, so she'll drop a kid off to school. Wouldn't come in until about 9. We opened at like 7, right? Wouldn't come on 7:30. Wouldn't get there until like 9.
Right.
And then she'll leave for like at 11 or 12. You know, take like an hour, hour and a half lunch, sometimes 2-hour lunch.
Right.
And then, you know, at like 3 or 4 o'clock, she would leave and go pick up her, you know, kid from school. So like 2/3 of the day, she wasn't there.
Right.
And had I been a person that was like, man, you know, like, I can't work for somebody like this. This don't make no sense. I'm doing all this extra work because you ain't here, blah, 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 blah. Like, I would not be where I am today. But this is what I did realize, though, about that person, right? Man, they were the absolute best with relating with people.
So you found the best in that person.
Yeah. Like, that's what you have to, like, when you have trust issues, that's what you have to do, is you have to find the best in that person.
And so, like, what got them here?
And focus on that.
Makes sense.
Because like, you're gonna find a reason to distrust anybody.
Yeah, got trust issues.
Like, anybody. You don't. Yeah.
There's an issue there.
It don't matter, right?
Right.
It don't matter. So, you have a choice to either focus on what you can't trust about this person, or learn. It's like a relationship, right? You got. And it's probably a terrible example, but I'm gonna say it anyway, right? If you're in a relationship and you getting cheated on, right? You got trust issues. You can't trust this person around. Yeah, that's true. You probably can't trust this person around.
Right.
Those things, but like, okay, well, what do you like about this person? What parameters can you set up to eliminate, or, you know, at least don't make it as easy. Right. You know, like, you have to create certain conditions. To be able to, you know, limit, or, you know, those trust issues, or capitalize on.
Makes sense. How can I make this work for me?
Yeah. You know,
that makes sense.
And I ain't saying, you know, I don't know if you should be in a relationship with somebody that you, I don't know, but
I think that was a problem.
But
my issue was that I was getting blamed for everything so I put in the work and the effort. You know what I mean? And like, the numbers speak. So even when I had a conversation with, I just jumped into a whole nother conversation.
No, go ahead. We're here.
Even when you know, speaking with the leadership above my leader, they couldn't really say nothing. They was like, well, and that calls for a meeting between my leader and his leader. Like, why is you pointing fingers at him? And clearly, I'm seeing his numbers. I'm seeing when he's making calls. I'm seeing his numbers. I'm seeing his leads. I'm seeing him making sales. Then why is it? You know what I mean?
So they had your back. The top leadership had your back.
No, in a sense.
Okay.
But it wasn't like he came to me and like, nah, your leader wasn't doing his job. It was like more like, well, hey, you know, just try to make the best. You know, that pep talk, man. But I do get what you're saying, man.
I think sometimes,
struggle in that area.
And leadership too, like, and I'm not saying that he did this, or it's not. Sometimes it's not like that leader's responsibility to tell you how they're disciplining the person that you know that you know. And I think a lot of people, they want that though. They want to know what you gonna do about this. You know,
I wasn't. You know, I just don't want to be blamed, man.
Yeah.
Like, dang, bro, like
But you know, that might have been the, like, maybe that was the maybe that leader that you had, you know, that had suspicions about your direct manager, but because you came to them and told them that now I got my first proof to get you up out of here, because I would imagine, right, the performance wasn't where it needed to be.
Who, mine?
No, not yours, but the
branch.
Yeah, right. So, you know, who wants to, like, we in this to make money at the end of the day, right? It's business, right? It's business. We making money in business, right?
Right.
So, you know, you're not gonna have somebody that you know, in business that's not, you know, profitable.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So you got the performance, now you got the leadership side of it, that, you know, your team is saying this about you, like, we good. Like, you writing yourself, you know, you writing your own way out the door, right?
Now, FYI, I didn't go to his leader. His literally came to me.
Oh, what?
After,
See?
After an email that was sent. And I'm like, yo, what y'all want from me, man? Y'all doing more than y'all want.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But that's important, right? Like sometimes, man, like you just gotta. I can't speak for everybody because every company is different. But like,
did you find yourself in those situations?
What you mean?
Like before you got to your position?
Which situation though?
Like with leadership, like you put in the work, you put in the effort.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
It's showing.
Yeah, in that same situation, again, she would come and I went through that like a year and a half.
Right.
Like, and I think like the first.
What was your motivation, man? But go ahead. Finish.
Well, I think the first 6 to 9 months, let's say the first 9 months, it wasn't that big of a deal for me.
Right.
Because like I came because I wanted to like learn the business.
Makes sense.
Like that's what I was focused on, is learning the business, becoming a better like business owner, becoming a better discipline.
Okay.
It wasn't about it was, but when I realized that, I applied for this position. And I felt like I had the numbers to be successful. I actually had the best numbers at that time, but like I didn't get it. I think I told us another episode, but like I didn't get it because it was the development side, and the development side really like what they want me to like. I didn't like what you like. I don't control. Like I don't say I control it, but like it's not my direct responsibility.
Right.
To like get people promoted, pretty much.
Oh.
Even though it is, but like it ain't, like because I'm not the whatever, right? But that taught me though. I was like, oh, okay, like well, hey, I'm gonna be responsible for this.
You gotta learn how to develop people.
I gotta learn how to develop people. I gotta do it because my manager isn't doing it.
Oh.
Right.
I should have did that. Real talk. I should have. I mean, I slick was. But you and I caught something you said that I want to go back to, but I want you to finish though.
But yeah, so I ended up. So what I did was those last, 6 months that I was there, after I didn't get a position, I was like, okay, we about to kill it. Like I ain't give me no reason on why they gonna tell me no on this next deal.
What was your step in developing people though? What was that process like?
Yeah, I think it was. I had to realize that. Like sometimes you just, and I guess this can be a lyric of the day, lyric of the week. This comes from Drake, and he says, what did he say? I need to start saying something when I notice it. And I think as an assistant manager, I didn't always I would let things slide.
Oh.
So
you didn't want
kind of like going right back to the original conversation, where you either discipline the mind and put them and restrict them right now, or the world's gonna restrict them, right?
Right.
And what was happening was when I didn't restrict them, I let them, just do whatever, right? And it didn't, we didn't get the results that we needed to get because the discipline wasn't there to sell. It wasn't there to, get, so they could never get out of their own way to promote.
Right.
So once I started correcting things and building a strong relationship with them, they were able to really
excel,
excel and get promoted. And,
See, there go that discipline,
I got
man.
Promoted. Which made me get promoted. So
that's that discipline, bro.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming. I knew there had to be some discipline there.
Yeah, for sure.
You said something. You said you was focused more on the business. That I think that was my issue too. I wasn't focused on the business. I just wanted the money. Because I wanted my own. You know what I mean?
But you got to fall in love with the process, right? Like that's like, man, I'm telling you, man. Like, man.
See, that was the first mistake though.
If you can fall in love with the process, everything else is easy.
See so that's the key, especially like in entrepreneurship. Because if you take that mindset and bring it to entrepreneurship, you are gonna fail terribly. Real talk, you're gonna fail terribly.
Yeah.
I know like entrepreneurship, you're in a business to make money.
Yeah.
But if that's your primary focus,
Right.
you're gonna fail terribly because
Right.
it started off so slow.
Right.
So all these things you're talking about, you know, moving over into the entrepreneurship space was hard for me. You know what I mean? Because now it's just me. I ain't got no leader to blame.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But now even when I work with people, I still want to do everything myself. So now I have to learn how to delegate and kind of be a leader, like you say, develop people and tell them, I want to do it like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So bringing those issues to entrepreneurship is a no-go. If you don't have, it's that, like we said again, that push and pull. You got some people you got to push, some people you got to pull back. So when I came into entrepreneurship, and I'm just going, I ain't got no direction.
Right.
You know what
Got
I
all
mean?
the passion in the world.
Yeah, you ain't got no direction. And then you look at the scorecard, which is your bank account. You like, wait,
It's adding up.
this ain't adding up, man.
Literally,
So
it's not adding. Like, I have no thing added into my account right now.
right. And then you're gonna burn out. And that happened to me so many times.
Yeah.
But like you say, you have to fall in love with the process. So now, like the older I get, it's more about the business. You know what I mean? Like, let me learn the business. Why is this hitting and this not hitting? Why this person doing what they doing? So now it's crazy because I used to look at leadership like, they ain't doing it right. Now I look at leaders, I'm like, what are they doing right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now my focus is different.
Yeah.
It was more so about making money on the job because you know you getting a paycheck every time. Then we get them bonuses from them sales. Hey man, it's just what it is. But in business, it's a little different because that check ain't coming every 2 weeks.
Right.
So now you kind of forced to like follow the process.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So
Yeah, and that's what led me to the company I'm with now, right? Because like I was an entrepreneur at first, and not just slinging that coffee, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, OG.
And but I ain't had the discipline to like I would they always say the fortune is in the follow up, right?
Right.
And I wonder if it's like a fear of like being successful. I wonder that because like I don't know, it's just like I would feel good about, you know, talk to somebody, sample them, I get good energy from them, and for whatever reason, you know, I wouldn't even follow up with that person.
Ooh.
Or I'll wait a day longer than I should have waited to follow up with them, and it's just like, and I just remember like picking up the phone, like, okay, should I call this person? Like,
What did they say yes though?
well, it wasn't even that. It was just like I talked myself out of even doing the activity, right, doing the process of like.
You said it was a fear of failure?
Ooh, I probably was.
That's the thing.
Yeah, probably was.
I realized that in myself, even with what we doing. Fear of failure. I mean, not fear of failure. Probably fear of failure. Really, it all comes back to fear of failure. Because, well, for me, you know how some people say, I fear success?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back. You mentioned about a worker that you led, got promoted, and didn't really do nothing. That happened to me too. When I was, see, all these experiences I'm telling you is like my banking days when I was a banker. So, man, I was younger. I got promoted to a personal banker. I was really good as a teller. Like, I made a lot of sales and just killing it, man.
So what's the difference between a teller and a personal banker?
Oh, so you ever been to
is that the office? You got the office?
Yeah.
Oh, you had the office?
Yeah.
Oh.
That happened twice, man. Like,
shit. Okay.
Yeah. And I was, I ain't gonna name the company, but I was a successful teller. I hit my numbers in drive-through. Think about it. You go on through drive-through at a bank. Are you prone to come in? If I say, hey, come in, we got this offer for you.
If you hit your numbers in the drive-through.
No, I hit my numbers in the drive-through as a teller. But the hard part about that was that people go through the drive-through to not come into the bank.
Right.
In order for me to hit my goals, I had to get people in the bank.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people like, that ain't never been done. But man, I killed it. Number one, got promoted. Failed terribly.
As a personal banker?
As a personal banker.
You got people in the door?
No, as a teller, I got people in the door. As a drive-through teller,
okay,
I got people in the door.
Okay.
And then I got promoted to a personal banker and failed terribly. And I realized that
I guess okay, I'm sorry. I know, sorry, Doobies. But what's the difference though? Like, what's a personal banker do versus what a teller does? Because I really don't understand.
Oh, okay.
bank.
You ever walked in the bank?
Yes.
Okay, you walk in the bank, you see
People behind the counter.
That's
like,
a teller.
If you get robbed, right, they're gonna go
That's
straight
a teller.
there. Okay.
Yeah. And then you might see a person in the back, they're talking to the people in the drive-thru outside.
Oh, okay, maybe. All right.
You know banks got like drive-thrus?
Yeah. But I thought it ain't the same people.
Yeah, the same people.
Okay.
But it's still a drive-thru teller,
Okay.
you know what I mean? You got one who's at the counter, one who's in the back at the drive-thru.
Okay, so it's two different people.
They the same position, but
Yeah.
different places, right? So I did both of it though. And then I got promoted to personal banker where now you got your office and come in, hey, let's talk about your financial goals, stuff like that. Like that's what a personal banker does. But I failed. And for one, I was so good at being a teller that we talked about this I think one of the podcasts. I had to start all over again as a personal banker because it's different now. I'm sitting down. I can sell to you on the go as a teller, but when we sit down, now I gotta really go through the sales process with you, and we face to face, and I'm getting all kind of rejections while we sitting in the seat. Nah, I don't need that. Nah, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? So like, it was a little intimidating, but that wasn't the reason why I failed. The reason why I failed because I feared success because of the pressure of it. It was the pressure that got me. Like, I was so good at teller, people expected me to be good as a personal banker.
Oh.
So I failed.
So you couldn't even go through your proper process
Yeah.
of like getting good at it.
Yeah. And
by failing at it, of course, at first, because you feel like
I was expected to come out of the gate. Yeah.
Dang, yeah. Dang, been a prisoner of your past successes.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So
That's real. It's real,
I feared
man.
it. Even what we're doing now, man, I think, you remember we did when we first started JTNS, we did the Jay-Z. I wasn't even gonna put it out.
Yeah.
And then you like, nah, let's do it. Let's do it. And you chopped it up. And I put it on Instagram. That thing hit.
Right.
I'm like, boy, I started seeing all these comments. They talking junk. And I was like, oh, snap. And I realized there's something in me that, I'm like, dang, if we do get successful, I'm going to have to deal with all that. You know
all
what
the
I mean?
Comments and
all the comments or people going to expect me to. Like, it's just the pressure of it all, man. I used to think, how can anybody fear success?
Yeah.
But now I see.
So, okay, let's little therapy session real quick. Do you feel like you gotten over that? Or you still feel like it's a thing?
No, it's still there.
Okay.
I mean, that's the thing. Once you realize, make it real, then you know what hurdle you have to jump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At every single level. So it's not a fact of getting over it and passing it. It's the fact of when it shows up at different levels in my life, I know what it is. So I know how to proceed. So it's kind of like a process was just knowing me. You know what I mean? Self-awareness. I always go back to self-awareness.
Yeah. So why is it bad that, like, someone feels differently than what you feel?
Why is it bad?
Because you say dealing with the comments and dealing with the, so like, why is that necessarily not a good thing that somebody else has a different opinion than what you have?
Oh, this is going back to our last podcast.
Okay.
Remember when I said I changed? I ain't fussing with y'all no more in the comments. It's that thing of, okay, push and pull. Let's go back there. I'm that guy who you don't have to motivate to do anything. I'm a winner. I go. I succeed. I know everything. I figure out everything. So when I'm told I'm wrong, it's like, ooh, wait, I thought I figured that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's another part of me that.
Are you a perfectionist?
For me?
Yeah.
It depends.
So part of me the reason I ask that, because part of me is a perfectionist, right? Like, I try to get really good at something, so you can't tell me that I'm wrong at it, right? Like I'm rarely ever wrong because if I speak on something,
right, you know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right? Or it's gonna be from my perspective, or it's gonna be something that it's not gonna be. I'm not gonna talk about astrology when I don't know nothing about astrology.
That's
right?
me.
Like,
yeah.
But I'm gonna talk. If I talk about business, we're gonna talk about. But it's gonna be certain things that I know in business. It's not gonna be. I'm not gonna tell you how to go get $10,000 in business credit. 'Cause I don't know about business
I can
credit,
talk
right?
about that. Yeah.
You know, see,
Yeah.
but like I'm not gonna talk about those things. So
Right.
I'm not gonna expose myself
To that.
You know, to that. But like, obviously, you know, you had a video that obviously did really pretty well. But
see, that was different though. It was talking about scripture.
right.
So even with that, even getting revelation from the Lord, you can't necessarily say you know it all. You can't. Because you're gonna be tested.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even when I'm giving a word or just giving like some clarification or revelation, I'm still open a little bit, because here's the thing: when God gives people revelation, He only gives them parts. Even though it seemed like the full picture, He only gives them parts. So somebody else might come with a different perspective.
Right.
But in my mind, I'm like, dang, did I miss God? You know what I mean? Did I just lead people down the wrong path?
Right,
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that. It's a fear there of that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, you've probably seen different leaders and different people kind of mess that up a little bit.
Yeah,
you
of
know?
course.
You know, it could be interpreted differently, and I think that's the thing, right? It's like, so what?
Yeah.
So what? Okay, I misread it.
Right.
So what?
So
You know, thank you for educating. Like, I love what Myron says. Myron Golden. He says, and this was when I first kind of started watching his videos. You know, when he's going through like his Bible studies, he's like, he pretty much in so many words he's saying like, hey, this is my perception of it.
Right.
If you disagree with me or have a different perception of it,
Right.
please bring it to me.
Right.
So we can discuss and see. And
we
if
can
I'm
talk
wrong,
about
like, hey, I'll admit that I'm wrong.
Let's
Like,
talk about it.
Yeah, but
Right.
let's talk about it.
Right.
Right. Like.
Right.
And that's the thing about it, is like is it's okay. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay for somebody to disagree with, you know, how you feel or whatever, or, you know, them take it from their perspective, because they don't have the same life experiences that you have.
That's true. That's
you
true.
know, like
That's true. Or the same environment, brought up in the same. You see what I'm saying? Same. So yeah, but going back to self-discipline, knowing that it's still there, but knowing that, you know, I just maintain the self-discipline to embrace that perception that, hey, I could be wrong. You may do have a different perspective. That's why I like the last pod. I ain't arguing with y'all no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I know what's in me, and I know that this may be a hurdle that I have to constantly jump. But at the end of the day, the more I jump, the stronger I get.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just stuff that I'm learning about myself, man. All this from entrepreneurship. See, that's the thing. If I learned self-discipline at work,
Yeah.
I would have had that in entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, here it is. I'm that person. I'm that subordinate who you don't have to motivate, tell no, you know, you don't have to do anything. But yeah, I still needed self-discipline.
Right.
You know what I mean? Versus the person who you got to motivate. Because we tend to look at, even in leadership, because I struggle with that too, we tend to look at the two people and like, okay, this person's going to be all right because they self-motivated. This person, I'm going to have to just stay on them. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just forget about this person. But this person over here can be jacking everything up. And by the time, you know, the end of the quarter, you're looking like, wait,
Right.
what
Right.
just happened?
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I had a leader like that, man. I had a leader like that, and it's interesting, man, because like they were very self-sufficient, right? They were tenured in the company,
Right.
They didn't ask for, you know, they could literally run you know, the branch by themselves. Like, they just needed somebody to clean the cars, and they can get people taken care of, like.
Right.
And but when I looked up, right, because like I got all these other fires, you know, across all these, because I got 7 cities that I'm managing, but like,
hold on, my bad. That was an ant, bro. I saved it like that. Yeah.
No, appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
It told me up. But yeah, man, I had but yeah, I got all these fires I'm putting out, and when I looked at the statement, you know, I don't know if it was, I think it was like a quarter, right? Like dang, like why they ain't as profitable as they like, you know, because this person didn't really reach out to me like until you know, like, and they needed something, you know what it. But it's like dang, we can do this, and this, and it's just, you know, it's just sometimes you just don't realize. And this is a highly profitable store,
right,
as well. So like you just kind of sometimes you as a leader, right, you do have to make sure that you have these checkpoints to check on every single person,
right,
in your operation, because you know, by putting those blinders on or not, you know, paying attention to things that you should be paying attention to,
right.
It will, you know, you got to notice it, right, before you start saying something, right? You got to notice it, so you got to take the blinders off.
Yeah,
you got to take the blinders off and be aware of what's going on.
Right. So could we say that with the 2 individual or persona types still require self-discipline?
Oh yeah, easy. Yeah, yeah.
I think we all had self-discipline then. I mean, I think self-discipline is one of the biggest requirements of leadership.
Mm-hmm.
If we had self-discipline, then I'm not saying we wouldn't need leaders, but we'll be leaders of ourselves, and then it'll be easy to lead other people.
Yep.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta figure out what works for you to get that that self-discipline for yourself.
Now, 2 things I got out of this conversation, or this therapy session. Hadn't I learned self-discipline at work? Because you mentioned a few good points. Mm-hmm. Even though you have a leader that you may feel like you're better than,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You probably are better than them.
Yeah, which was my case.
That's the beautiful thing about it too, though, man. Like you're supposed to be better than your leader,
right?
Because you're learning everything that they know. So, and you're putting your spin on it,
right.
Like you should be better than your leaders.
That's true. That's true.
That's my opinion.
But you're a great leader, though. Some leaders are threatened by that, bro. I mean,
yeah, you're right.
I ran across leaders.
You're right.
Maybe I was just cocky too, bro. So it may be like the personality types too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe it's just they was trying to prove me wrong.
You walked in with your chest high, chest up. Say it with your chest.
Yeah, man. See, self-discipline is required. So type A, the person who is on go, you don't have to tell them anything. You know, if you're that person, you need your leaders. What you say? Look at the good things that your leaders can do, or the good things the good qualities that your leaders.
That's something that they do. That's like that. That's like everybody has a superpower, right? Like there's something they do. Whether it's because it was Jarvis. He said he would mess something up, and then his leader would come in with a cake, or a cupcake or something.
Yeah.
Right, like that was probably her superpower. Like I don't know how great she was at every other thing, but like when somebody messed up, she didn't make them feel like they were the scum of the earth.
That was terrible.
You know, she figured out a way to. I'm gonna let you know you messed up because you're getting this, but you know it's okay. Like we're gonna get through it, right?
I'm gonna show you messed up, but I'm gonna show you it's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we just got to figure out like I think that's just the thing about it. You just got to understand too, though. You know.
Okay. So it seemed like we talked more about person A, my style of working. The person who's self-motivated. You do need self-discipline. Although you may know everything. Supposedly. Although you feel like you're better than your leader, you may be, but it is your job to find the good in that leadership and also focus on the process. So if you're on a job, you're thinking about becoming like entrepreneur at work, focus on the process. My man made it top tier because he's focused on the process. on the business of what he do. So if you can do that, I believe if you do that and you master that and bring that discipline and entrepreneurship, you excel. So, and you'll succeed. So that's what I got out of that. And person B, if you need motivation every day, I don't know what to say.
Just throw that person away, man.
Oh, Jesus.
Away. Nah. No, you need person B on your team sometime though.
Yeah.
Cause like a lot of times person B may not have like the business acumen that they need to have, or like, but you gotta, in my opinion, right, you gotta be able to make work fun too.
Yeah.
You know, person B is probably one of those people that they know how to, you know, build relationships. They know how to bring, you know, people together. Right. And you know, yeah, you got to check on them and kind of keep them in line because they so scatterbrained or they so whatever. But like you might have to pull them in. But I mean, they're valuable to the organization as well.
That's true. I noticed that about person B. They, like you say, they may not be good at sales or the business of it all, but they are darn good at customer service. Mm-hmm. Like you say, that relationship, or hey, let's have a, you know, let's have an international day. We bring food. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that keeps the team tight knit. So, but that person still needs self-discipline. You gotta do some work, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Like in person B, like it's not. We're not saying that should be the only value you bring, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
We're just trying to get you to understand that that there's levels to it, right? Obviously, there's B needs to get to a person A, right? And then obviously the A, you know, has a ways that they can get, you know, better too. Right. There's versions of that needs to get better as well. But like, but yeah, I mean, the self-discipline for a B is really just sitting down and studying. Yeah. Like you can't be lazy. Yeah. Like that's the biggest thing. But like, that's how person B moves out of it is they got to stop being lazy.
Right. Got to be intentional.
You got to be intentional.
Yeah.
Intentional about the things you know you need to work on.
That's true.
Not just intentional about the things that you're already good at or the things
planning
that,
events.
Planning, you know, you already got your next vacation planned out.
That's it.
That's easy. You just got back last week. You talking about, you know, what you're gonna do next.
That sound personal.
Right? No. Actually, it wasn't. But you know, but I know people like that though. There's people like that.
Right.
You know, Friday come, right? They already think about next Friday or Monday come, and they already think about Friday, what they're gonna do on Friday. You know, it's like,
so they missed the whole process of
like the whole week is just I'm just here so I don't get fired. Right?
I'm just looking forward to Friday.
You know, so
makes sense. Okay, well that sounds like a winner.
I just feel like I gave person B just a hard time.
Yeah, we ain't shine much on person B. We need because maybe we're not person Bs.
Yeah.
I'm not a B. I can be if I'm discouraged though. You know, it's gonna take a minute to get out of that funk.
I'm gonna be at home though.
Really?
I'm a person be at home. Like I'm not gonna go out my way to like do like yard work or like I like to do it every night when I feel like doing it or like cleaning up like not, you know, just like, you know.
I think that got a lot to do with anatomy. As a man, now real talk, because I think that as winners, we're wired to be person A's. Yeah. All day we got to be intentional. That takes a lot of energy. It's like, man, sometimes I just want to be in my nothing box where I'm just like drifting. Like you came in.
Yeah, for real.
I'm just drifting, man. Like all morning yesterday I was working. I came out here and worked out. And I just want to drift and just be in my nothing box. You know what I mean? I think that's just guys, man. I don't know.
Yeah. But I think in stages of your life too, right? Like sometimes you're in a stage where, okay, I'm going super hard. And sometimes there's stages where, you know, we're just going to let the day happen.
Right. But I'm even intentional with my drifting. You know? I have some self-discipline there.
Oh, you was bunning it when you was playing Madden, huh?
Say it again? Yeah. Playing what now?
When you were playing Madden.
I don't know.
You was bunning, huh? He was intentional about.
I don't know. Anyway, man,
Shout out to Kurt. Oh, man.
I suck at any game, bro. Like, anyway, I just talk trash just because it's fun, bro. Like, I just really suck.
You know what though? Like, I think I gotta figure out a way to monetize this because I really do talk a lot of trash, and I feel like I'm relatively decent at it because I will, and again, I think we talked about this on another episode about superpowers and just like you got to be in the right position, I guess.
Right.
The right people around you for it to show. But like I will get under somebody's skin relatively. I ain't gonna say relatively easy, but like I get a little bit of fulfillment out of like, all right, let me see. What can I poke? What can I poke at?
Got him.
And but it comes from years of like playing the game, or like years of like playing sports and like talking trash to the other team, like you so it comes from that,
right?
And it's in my professional environment, it's a little toxic, so I gotta clean it up a little bit, but
right. Why you trash? You did it.
Yeah, like I would never let my branch manager do me like that. They ain't finna beat me in sales. Like I do that, right? And I think the team likes it, but I just realized though, like just thinking about the game, like that's where I get it from.
Right.
And I just you ain't finna do me like that.
Hey man, we gotta be more to do more gaming coming out.
You never
soon.
know, man. You never know. You never know. So we'll see.
Yep. Well, cool, man. I'm good.
I'm good, man.
You good?
Great.
Hey man, y'all be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell, man. Let's get this information out of here, man. And y'all download this, and my man always say comment. Write a comment. One. If we can get one, we're good. We're good.
I like to be great, so
2.
man, let's get up out of here, man.
Tell you told somebody to keep their head up cause you concerned about them. Stick and move, we can get it done. Call it unity, it ain't no way around it. Cultivating, we get motivation from the big guy, we don't play about them. Going hard for the game, showing love, bones, tolerate.